ક્લિનિકલ ટ્રાયલ એ કોરોનાના જમાનાની અંદર એક લેમેન વર્ડ બની ગયો છે, કારણ કે વેક્સિન આવી જશે, કાલે આવી જશે, વેક્સિન રેડી છે, વેક્સિનના હ્યુમન એક્સપેરિમેન્ટ થઈ ગયા છે, આ બધી જ વાતો દરેક જગ્યાએ ચર્ચાઈ રહી છે. ત્યારે ક્લિનિકલ ટ્રાયલનું શું મહત્વ છે સાથે વાત કરવા જઈ રહ્યો છું. ફ્રેન્ડ્સ, ગુડ ઇવનિંગ ટુ માય ટોક શો DNS Talk, and today is 20th May, International Clinical Trial Day, and we have a renowned clinical researcher of India, Dr. Anupama Ramkumar is my guest. Madam is a MD Medicine also like me, and she is a well-known advisor for GCP programs, ethics committee programs, and many other clinical trial programs to many pharma companies in India and across the world. Madam, welcome to my talk show, DNS Talk again.
Sorry, I know we are...
No problem. No problem, madam. Yes. So we can start again. So madam, my first question is again that what is the clinical research?
So any experiment that is done in human beings is part of clinical research. The objective is usually safety or efficacy, and it can be done on drugs, devices, or even diagnostic tools. So like the RT-PCR of COVID, it also must have gone through some experiments to see whether it is working right or not. So any experiment on humans of a pharmaceutical drug, device, or a product is part of clinical research.
Right. Well, which are the phases for clinical research?
Traditionally, there are 4 phases of a clinical trial. Phase 1 to 4. Phase 1 are studies which are done for understanding the proof of safety. Like I said, Pehla, as doctors, our first dictum is do no harm. So phase 1 studies are done for proof of safety to see that whatever we are researching, is it as safe as a placebo? Nothing in the world is without any risk or unsafe. Even a simple drug like paracetamol, has adverse events. So we test a drug against a placebo to see if it is as safe as a placebo at least, and those come under phase. And then if they cross that hurdle, in fact, 42% of the drugs fail at that time. They are not safe enough. They go to phase 2 or 3 where we are looking at whether they work. Are they efficacious? And if they cross phase 2 or 3, the drug comes to the market. So the drug is in the market after phase 3 is done. In phase 4 studies, we do extended safety, label extensions, any other newer aspect of the drug or device that we may want to study, combinations that we may want to study come under after the drug is, and they are usually called phase 4. The phases keep moving back and forth. You can combine phases, you can jump phases. They're not hard and fast, but they're good for an understanding of how a clinical research program works.
Yes, madam. So what is the scenario of clinical trial in India?
That's a very interesting question, and also, one that is quite of importance to all the clinical researchers in India. So globally, about millions of trials are continuously being done. The United States and EU are the regions from where most of the global trials originate. But now countries like China, South Korea are also doing a lot of innovative research, and then these come into global clinical trial programs. If I were to just give you a number, that of all the trials that are done for the US FDA, less than 2% of the studies India does. Just less. And about 20 years back, when clinical trials started in India, China and India were almost at parity. India had 1% of the share of global programs, and from the US, and China had about 2 to 3%. Today, China is about 25%. India is still at 2%. While there are about 120 CROs registered in India who are doing research. And on CTRI also, tame jaine josho to thousands of studies che. So
हाँ,
we feel that the clinical research is a big industry, or there's a lot of work. But actually, if you were to look at the global scenario, India is doing less than 2% of the trials that are happening worldwide. Given
yeah,
that
yeah.
we are the second most populous country, we have a very robust medical community. This is a very small number. This is not a number that we expect that, India would be just participating in less than 2% of the studies.
ओहो,
But
ओह।
that is what the reality is.
सो ओवरऑल इन जो रिसर्च चल रहा है पूरे वर्ल्ड में, उसमें से इंडिया ओनली 2% में ही पार्टिसिपेट करता है।
सिर्फ 2%, और वो भी ऐसे ट्रायल्स होते हैं कि बहुत सारी कंट्रीज में हो रहे हों, एंड इंडिया इज ऑल्सो वन ऑफ द कंट्रीज. बट ऐसा कि इंडिया इज अ प्रेफर्ड डेस्टिनेशन, जो मेडिकल टूरिज्म घनी बधी वस्तुओं છે, that India is a preferred destination, that is not,
Yes.
Unfortunately not the case for India in clinical research.
So why, मैडम, ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है कि what is our real challenges for this?
There are multiple challenges. Whenever we do clinical research, for robust clinical research to really prosper in a country, you need a very good ecosystem. And that ecosystem has to be well interconnected. And who are the participants of the ecosystem? Clinical research na je ecosystem che. Who ema kon hoy? So there is the regulator, which is the government of India. There is the ethics committees, which are looking at a clinical trial on behalf of a patient. There are doctors like you. I know you have been a principal investigator, so for studies. So there are doctors like you, and then there are the clinical research organizations, and then there is a sponsor जे research करतो होय, जेना drug होय कि device होय, there are those people. So until this ecosystem is a prosperous ecosystem and the ecosystem is interconnected, things will not prosper. So where are our challenges? Our challenges are first, of course, with our own government, our regulator. Our regulator is a conservative regulator. They don't like to approve of research which they feel is complex. And a lot of the role is also of the media. The media always portrays the research in a negative way. They call people guinea pigs. There is a little bit of fault on the side of the industry that when we communicate, our communication is usually defensive. We are not proactively communicating on, what research is or what needs to be done. So the regulator is also a little wary of this media, and also they have their own challenges in approving studies. So it takes time. It takes multiple back and forth for a clinical trial protocol to be approved. And that kind of time usually most sponsors do not have. The second aspect is the medical community. Like, the doctors who are PIs. The industry starts to favor certain institutions or certain sites who are experienced. Because they feel that if those names are there, the regulator will give them easy approval. But I feel, this is my personal opinion, that in our country, there are just so many wonderful doctors who are keen to be part of research. But either because there are infrastructural requirements that are not fulfilled, or there are understanding of GCP or resources at a clinic ki doctor ની પ્રેક્ટિસ પણ ચાલુ હોય અને એના સાથે ક્લિનિકલ ટ્રાયલ પણ કરવું હોય જેમાં એટલી બધી ડોક્યુમેન્ટેશન અને બધું હોય, unless they don't have a resource staff, unless it is not a site, unless it's not a hospital that is also working and thinking like a clinical trial site, it's not possible to do so much of research. And so you as a medical community are prospering as a medical community. We as researcher are talking about research, and both of them rarely meet. હવે જે medical conferences હોય, of all these specialties, rarely is clinical trials or clinical research industry a part of it. Pharmaceutical company is, but આ લોકોના marketing department હોય, પણ clinical research ના department ના હોય, which is talking or trying to understand, what are the current clinical practices, what doctors are doing, which are the doctors that are interested. That communication is not there. When we are having our own conferences, જ્યારે clinical research ni conferences હોય, practicing doctors are rarely there. એકાદ ઇન્વેસ્ટિગેટર જેને ઘણી બધી સ્ટડી કરી હોય આ એક લેક્ચર માટે આવી જાય, પણ doctors that are participating, doctors that are interested, so that we are working in silos, that we have only a tactical relationship कि જ્યારે સ્ટડી હોય અમે તમારી પાસે આવી જઈએ, અને જ્યારે ના હોય, we are two different worlds. Unless that ecosystem does not change, unless there is more communication, understanding, and working together of ethics committees, CROs, and investigators like you, it is unlikely that our clinical research is going to the next level and we will get many more trials. When we go to the DCGI, કોઈ વાર તો ત્યાં subject expert committees હોય છે, જે protocols ને approve કરે for scientific and medical aspects. Very often they are as if they are on the other side of the table. Why do you want to do? Why this? Why not that? So there is a slight degree of distrust between the industry and the regulator, and there is a tactical understanding between the industry and the medical community. And until these barriers don't break, clinical research in India, and this is all my personal opinion, will not prosper. And the third thing is people who are part of clinical research industries. We are just very happy to keep doing the repetitive jobs again and again. There is not much of push to get to the next level, to learn more, to go to higher science, to go to more complicated studies. That doesn't happen. And the fourth and the final thing, we don't innovate our drugs ourselves. We are largely a generic making nation. We are very good at making very good generic substitutes for innovator drugs. So the research that we do is not native. And so when somebody brings a new drug, there are also confidentiality, patent rights, intellectual property issues, which until they are not very certain will be protected in the country, they will not bring that research here. So this whole ecosystem has multiple factors for which we only get some kind of studies, but not a good chunk of them.
Yes, madam. So, madam, there is a topic of discussion is what is good clinical practice? What is GCP?
Good clinical practice is like Gita.
Yes.
It is like Gita, that is, it is the cornerstone, or it is the foundation on which all studies have to be done. So if the study does not comply to GCP, it is not accepted. भले उसके रिजल्ट्स कितने भी अच्छे हों, आपका रिजल्ट्स बहुत अच्छा है, ड्रग बहुत अच्छा बिहेव कर रहा है, पर अगर वो स्टडी जीसीपी के हिसाब से नहीं हुई तो वो एक्सेप्टेड नहीं होती. अभी जीसीपी क्या है? गुड क्लिनिकल प्रैक्टिस. आप बोलोगे आपकी प्रैक्टिस बहुत अच्छी है तो आपको तो गुड क्लिनिकल प्रैक्टिस आती है, बट दैट इज नॉट व्हाट इज गुड क्लिनिकल प्रैक्टिस इन क्लिनिकल रिसर्च. Good clinical practice is basically is a quality standard, that whatever research you do on a human being has to meet a minimum quality standard. The objectives of this quality standard are two. One is that every patient's rights, safety, and well-being has to be taken care of, and the data should be credible and reliable. There should be no fraud, no cheating. If you can meet these two things, that whenever the study has been done, you have made sure that every subject's rights, safety, and well-being have been taken care of, and the data is reliable, basically that is you have met GCP. GCP માં responsibilities ત્રણેની હોય, સ્પોન્સરની જે રિસર્ચ કરાવે છે, ઇન્વેસ્ટિગેટર જેના ત્યાં રિસર્ચ થાય છે, અને એથિક્સ કમિટી જે ઇન્ડિપેન્ડન્ટલી આ રિસર્ચને અપ્રૂવ કરે છે. So all these three stakeholders have to make sure that they are taking care of each subject who's participating in the study, not just safety, but any rights, confidentiality, privacy, all of them are being safeguarded. You can rely on the data that comes out. That is GCP. It is simply that.
Yes, madam. GCP is just like Gita. You explained very well. It's Gita ne mano and એ જ રીતે જે practice કરો તો તમે it's a GCP practice. So, madam, what is the ethics committee and which are the members of ethics committee?
Ethics committee is an independent body. હવે ethics committee ના basic role છે कि સબ્જેક્ટ તો હા કે ના કહી ના શકે કે પ્રોટોકોલ સારી છે, સાયન્સ બરાબર છે, all the things that are going to be done, they are in line with science and current best practices. So the ethics committee is a group of people that are reviewing the protocol independently of the sponsor, who has a vested interest because it is their drug, the investigator whose patients are going to be part of the clinical research. So the ethics committee are looking at the protocol as an independent body, and they are looking at it both from the science and the ethics of what is, the current best practice. So ethics committee therefore is a committee of 7 to 9 people who are scientists, clinicians, lawyers who are looking at the legal aspects, lay people who are looking at the study on behalf of the society, on behalf of that individual subject, and they get together and review the protocol for its science, for its operational feasibility, for the study. All over the world, it is a requirement that if the study has not been approved by an ethics committee, the study cannot be conducted. So in our country, the regulator is evolving and trying to also make sure that the ethics committee play as responsible a role almost as the regulator to safeguard the interests of the patients in a study. So like I said, that ethics committees play a big role and a very important role in clinical research. Again, in fact, आप सुधीर की बात कर रहे थे, and both of us know him, and Sudhir is doing a lot of work on these ethics committees, which is much needed because GCP has a requirement of ethics committees, and the government of India also has set norms for what is required by ethics committees. The problem happens is that, again, like the regulator, the ethics committees are not open enough to accept challenging research or research that is scientifically more complicated than what they are used to seeing. While GCP and both the regulator of India has made sure that that should not be a problem, because each ethics committee has some very senior people, experienced people who are experts in their subject matter, which includes clinicians, includes pharmacologists, includes legal experts, and also includes lay people who are evaluating the research protocol on behalf of the subject. Not only that they approve the protocol, but the ethics so that they must continue to provide oversight of the study while the study is going on. એટલે GCP continuously follow થાય છે કે નહીં?
Right, yes.
Responsibility of the principal investigator. It is also responsibility of the sponsor, જે monitor આઈને જુએ, નહીં તો auditor આઈને જુએ, but it is also the responsibility of the ethics committees. And with the new clinical trials rules, it has become more important. A bigger responsibility has been given to ethics committee to make sure that they are monitoring or providing oversight to the study as it goes on. All the adverse events that happen during the study, the ethics committee is supposed to be involved. They are also supposed to review it, and they have a very important role that they can ask for a study to be terminated at a site if they want. So not only can they have to approve a study, but they also hold the right as part of a reviewing committee to terminate a study at a site if they feel that either it is not being conducted as per GCP, or that there are serious safety or issues or rights of subjects are not being met, are not being taken care of, and the study can be terminated. So they hold a big pivotal responsibility in clinical trials.
Very nice, madam, and very well said that ethical committee એટલે ખાસ કરીને જે જીસીપી થી સ્ટડી થઈ રહ્યો છે કે નહીં તેની વોચ કરવા વાળી એક કમિટી, અને it is mandatory in every trial one ethical committee is there and they give the permission to perform the clinical trial. That is a good things. Madam, which are the courses available in India for the pharma graduate or medical graduate or simple science graduate to become a CRC or a clinical research fellow?
So GCP નું એક પ્રિન્સિપલ છે, GCP માં 13 પ્રિન્સિપલ્સ છે. એમાં એક પ્રિન્સિપલ છે that anybody who's part of the clinical study should be qualified by training, experience and qualification. Now
Yes.
experience તો જ્યારે પહેલું સ્ટડી મળે ત્યારે જ આવે. Training પણ usually on the job હોય, but what you are asking me is training programs before they join a job, right?
Yeah.
If they are either doctors or pharmacists or graduates. Now here, since of course the time when I did my MBBS or MD where clinical research was very little understood or known, today's young graduates, either pharmaceutical or doctors or science, are much more aware about clinical research, are much more aware about clinical trials, and also know that it is a wonderful opportunity to build a career on, not just as a good career, but it is also somewhere where your work actually contributes to society, where either you're helping make drugs more safe or make drugs more efficacious. So it is work that is meaningful, and so it's a wonderful career choice to make. What are the training courses? Now technically all over the industry there are no specific requirements by pharmacy graduates or doctors or life sciences that આ કોર્સ કરો તો જ તમને જોબ મળે, એવી કોઈ requirements છે નથી. So the thing is, but what I would urge all young graduates who are listening to this program or may listen to this program is to use their opportunity of those 3 or 4 years in college to be part of clinical trials, to learn more about clinical trials. I know I work as sometimes I go visiting as a faculty to some institutes, especially like Nirma University, and I can see that the syllabus is now being geared so that when a pharmacy graduate comes out of the college, he or she is well aware and well versed with the requirements of clinical research and can start a career from there. So the first advice would be, whatever course you are following, look for opportunities right there to be part of clinical research. Tamare project hoy, thesis levi hoy, so pick up projects which include clinical research. That can be small survey studies, small observational studies. આ બધું તમે કોલેજમાં કરી શકો છો. And if you have done that study, you have published that study, that itself becomes a big advantage when you're looking for a new job. But if you want to do a training course for increasing your confidence, there are multiple institutes in India that offer clinical research courses. Because they are not degree courses or diploma courses, they are more like certificate programs. The syllabus differs from institute to institute. So I think that so I will not want to recommend one certificate course over the other, but my advice would only be that first use the opportunity while studying in college only to be actually doing some real research. Second, if you want to take a certificate program in clinical research, choose it based upon the kind of faculty that teaches there and the kind of syllabus they have, and both of this information you can ask for before enrolling in the program. There are two main kinds of courses that happen. One is in clinical research, which is centered around GCP, and the second is in clinical data management, which is also a big component of clinical research. Ema ghani badi jobs hoy. So as a career, CDM has a lot of opportunities. So CDM is also an opportunity where you can participate, take a certificate course. And if you have a degree in statistics, it's a valuable degree in having clinical research, because everything, when we say it worked or did not work, the basis is statistics. So I feel that it is important for every clinical researcher to know some basic statistics. It's a very big asset to have that understanding and knowledge. Otherwise, those numbers and where they lead don't mean anything. So if you have a basis in mathematics, or if you have an inclination towards statistics, I feel that are also courses that one must consider for good opportunities to work in clinical research. CRC is just one position or one kind of role, but there are multiple roles in CDM, in statistics, in medical writing, in publishing, at sites, at CROs, which can be explored whether you are a pharmacy graduate, you are a life sciences graduate, or you are a medical graduate.
Yes. Very good information, madam. This is the real job opportunity for the fresh graduate who are passed from science graduate or medical graduate or pharma graduate. मैडम, खास करके जो बात हम आज कहना चाह रहे हैं हर दर्शक को, और लोगों का टॉक ऑफ टाउन भी कोविड ही है, कोरोना कई बातें चल रही है कि कोविड-19 की वैक्सीन कब आएगी। आज मीडिया वाले बता रहे हैं कि 4 पेशेंट पे हो गया, कल पेशेंट अच्छे हो गए। ये सब जो चीजें हो रही है, तो सबको ये जानना है, एंड द वैक्सीन का रियल टाइम कितना होता है, वैक्सीन आने में कितनी देर है अभी।
So this is what you are asking is of course a question that everybody is asking, and WhatsApp ma to ketla bada forwards hoy aaje Moderna e kari nakhyu. So I know what you are saying. The vaccines also undergo a similar kind of rigorous clinical research that any drug would. Before I answer your question ki vaccine kya re aapse, let me give you a perspective. HIV, AIDS is a disease that we know now for more than 25 years.
Yes.
I remember I was in college, HIV na first patients had started to come. And it was that it would become a pandemic, and it would, most of the world would get infected. It is infectious. There have been a lot of attempts for vaccine. Till today, 25 years after the virus was discovered, there is no vaccine.
Yes.
The last pandemic that we had was SARS, which was like corona, causes acute respiratory distress, killed a lot of people. Like they say, corona the same way SARS is also part of our life.
Yes.
There is no vaccine for SARS. There is no vaccine for MERS. There is no vaccine for Zika. These are all viral diseases which have caused a lot of havoc, caused a lot of morbidity and mortality. But vaccines, nothing. It's not that nobody is trying. Clinical trials happen, but failures happen. That either the vaccine is not safe or it is not efficacious. So while corona na pan vaccine programs ghana badha chale che, to say कि एक वर्ष પછી आई जैसे कि 2 વર્ષ પછી आई जैसे are just speculations until we don't start seeing the first early results in human beings that the vaccine is safe and the vaccine is efficacious. Even to contemplate कि vaccine आवश्यक कि नहीं is just discussions because they have no meaningful conclusion until you don't have data. Vaccine may work in animals, but in animals it will only look at safety. It will have an indirect implication on efficacy, but what happens in animals may not behave the same way in humans. And in humans also, until we are able to categorize completely on what are the antibodies which will give provide safety or protection from corona, this is too early to say that a vaccine will come. So એટલે રાત જોવી પડશે.
Yes.
I won't say कि વરસ પછી આવી જશે, but I will say कि વરસ પછી ખબર પડી જશે कि ક્યારે આવવાનું છે.
વેક્સિન માટે જે ઉતાવળા થઈ રહ્યા છે અને ખાસ કરીને મીડિયા પર્સન જો કોઈ જોતા હોય અથવા કોઈ સાંભળતા હોય એમને કહી દઈએ કે કોઈ પણ ક્લિનિકલ ટ્રાયલ ફેઝ 4 માંથી પસાર થવો જોઈએ, ફેઝ 1, 2, 3, 4, અને એના પછી જ એ વસ્તુ બહાર આવતી હોય છે, કોઈ મેડિકલ ડ્રગ હોય અથવા તો કોઈ વેક્સિન હોય. એટલે ખાસ કરીને કોરોનાની વેક્સિન પણ આ જ રીતે ટ્રાયલમાંથી પસાર થઈ રહી છે અને કોઈ પણ વ્યક્તિને હાનિ પહોંચાડવી પણ ના જોઈએ. જ્યારે એના ટ્રાયલ ચાલતા હોય ત્યારે જીસીપી એટલે કે ગુડ ક્લિનિકલ પ્રેક્ટિસ ખાસ કરીને પડાવવી જોઈએ. એટલે એનાથી કોઈને હાનિ ના પહોંચે અને એના રિઝલ્ટ સારા આવે પછી જ એ વેક્સિન ખરેખર બહાર આવતી હોય છે. એટલે વી હેવ ટુ વેઇટ till the next good news come. Madam said that કે 1 વર્ષ પછી ખબર પડશે કે વેક્સિન ક્યારે આવશે. 1 વર્ષની અંદર તો ઉતાવળા થવાની કોઈ જરૂર છે નહીં. खास करके लॉकडाउन चल रहा है, कोई अपने घर पे कुकिंग सीख रहा है, कोई म्यूजिक सीख रहा है, कोई योगा कर रहा है, कोई बुक्स पढ़ रहा है, कोई कंप्लीट आराम कर रहा है. तो अजय डॉक्टर अनुपमा राम कुमार घर पे क्या कर रही है जब फ्री टाइम मिलता है तब?
मेरे को ये लॉकडाउन में बिल्कुल फ्री टाइम नहीं मिलता है डॉक्टर साहब. तो मैं आपको मुझे कुकिंग आती थी, मैं वही कुकिंग कर रही हूँ. एंड अभी तो घर का सारा काम भी है. ऑफ कोर्स माय फैमिली हेल्प्स मी अ लॉट. ऑफिस का भी काम चल रहा है. एंड बिकॉज आप सोसाइटी में, अगर आप की सोसाइटी में 1-2 ही डॉक्टर होते हैं तो सबको जिनको कोरोना की कुछ भी डाउट होता है सब पूछने आ जाते हैं. तो मेरा तो बस वो चल रहा है. There is no free time I have. In fact, my days are busier than what they used to be. But I'm sure that I reach out and keep in touch with my friends, do a bit of yoga, go for walks with my dog, and I am enjoying this quiet. I'm enjoying this opportunity to go within and realize what a blessing this life is. So each day is a beautiful day. It is a very busy day, but I'm glad at the end of it that I have what I have.
Yes, so the sentence is that, yes, madam, the sentence is that if you do not go outside, go inside. So yes. Yoga and meditation are always helpful and always build immunity. And मैडम, अगर खास करके जो लॉकडाउन 4 शुरू हो गया है, सब देख रहे हैं, सबको एक शॉर्ट में एडवाइस देनी है तो आप क्या देंगे फॉर लेमैन?
कोरोना से देयर इज जस्ट सो मच ऑफ न्यूज ऑल अराउंड एंड एवरीबडी कैन ओनली थिंक ऑफ कोरोना. तो मेरी एक ही एडवाइस है दैट stop being fearful. The panic is created more by the news, the media, the WhatsApp. Everybody is an expert. कभी यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ मैरीलैंड का आ जाता है, कभी एम्स के डॉक्टर ने ऐसे बोला, कभी किसी ने ऐसे बोला, और ये तो वो वीडियो. आई थिंक if we can strengthen our resolve and immunity and stay focused on what is positive, that is important. It is important to understand that there is a lot of hype, there is a lot of fake, disturbing news, and you should not get swayed by it. Corona che, bimari che. It is, it in 90% of the people, it won't do anything. But we don't know who are the 10%. But enathi bhaybit thawani ki fear thi revani, there is no need. Like you said, and that was very nice, maintain SMS, social distancing,
Yes.
mask, and hand hygiene. I think it is important to use our common sense and that intuitive wisdom rather than being fearful of anything.
Yes, madam. Thank you very much. And really maintain the SMS, sanitizer,
Yes.
mask, and social distancing. It's very simple to free from corona. And कोरोना को आपके अंदर लाना पड़ता है. कोरोना को लेने बाहर मत निकलो. अगर काम नहीं है तो घर पे ही रहिए. बिना जरूरत को भागा दौड़ी करने की जरूरत नहीं है. लॉकडाउन 4 सरकार ने दिया है. जिन लोगों को वर्क करना है, जिन लोगों को ऑफिस में जाना है, उन लोगों के लिए है. कोरोना वहीं का वहीं है. कोरोना अभी गया नहीं है. इसलिए जिनको काम नहीं है वो घर से बाहर ना निकले. अपने आप को प्रिवेंट करिए. सीनियर सिटीजन खास करके जिनको डायबिटीज है, जो 65 से ऊपर उम्र के हैं, वो घर पे ही बने रहे, क्योंकि 1-2 महीना अभी टकेदारी रखने की खास जरूरत है. मैडम, खास यस, इंटरनेशनल क्लिनिकल ट्रायल डे के ऊपर आप हमारे साथ जुड़े, हमसे बड़ी अच्छी बातें की. खास करके क्लिनिकल रिसर्च क्या है वो हमको समझाया, जीसीपी के बारे में समझाया. यू आर वन ऑफ द एडवाइजर ऑफ गुड क्लिनिकल प्रैक्टिस. You are advisor for many pharma companies for ethics committee, and you are also a major advisor for Indian, Asian, and European, and even USA pharma companies. So thank you very much for joining us on this gracious occasion.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sadhu. Thank you.
Yes, madam. Thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.